Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. I am Felris, sailing the seas of Raid Shadow Legends, here to talk to you about one of our all-time favorite champions, right? An oldie but a goodie, a fusion from about a year ago now, give or take a couple months. Thor Faehammer, right? We know this guy, we love this guy. A1, double hitter, 20% chance of repeating the attack, each hit decreasing the target's turn meter by 10%. Fantastic A1. A2, 3-turn cooldown, fully booked. AoE. After hitting the initially selected enemy, all other enemies will be hit in a random order. Each subsequent hit following the initial hit will increase the damage inflicted by 25% up to 100%, ignores block damage, and unkillable. We've got the Hammer of Heaven. AoE doesn't do the single target damage thing, just deals plain old AoE damage. Increase attack, increase crit damage on himself, and then fully booked, 100% chance of permanently decreasing the resistance of each enemy by 10%. Also has a 100% chance fully booked of placing decreased speed on an AoE for 2 turns, so you're going to want to build some accuracy with this guy. Then his passive just makes him even better. Every time this champion deals damage, increases the thunder counter by 1 up to 10. Each thunder stack increases this champion's damage by 3% up to 30%. Once the thunder counter reaches 10, attacks all enemies and places a stun debuff for 1 turn. After the attack, the thunder counter resets to 0. You want to know a secret? You can get Corrado for free, as well as Fane, Ugo, and Vergus right now. Here's exactly how to do it. Log out of Plarium Play and uninstall. Use the link in the description below to start a brand new Raid Shadow Legends account. Log in, complete the tutorial, and you'll find Corrado Fox Hunter in your inbox afterwards. As you level up, you'll also get Fane, Ugo, and Vergus. So don't wait. Use that link and start a brand new account right now. Guys, big damage, turn meter control from the A1. Massive damage with massive ramp from the A2. Massive damage with permanent debuffs, decreased speed, increased attack, increased crit damage on that AoE. All of that is increasing his thunder counters, which makes him do even more damage, up to 30% more damage. And he has another AoE on top of that, giving a stun. Guys, what kind of build do we have Thor in? Well, as far as masteries are concerned, went down, picked up Helm Smasher, right? That's going to be super important, ignoring another 25% defense. Got Life Drinker for those longer boss fights. Lore of Steel to help increase his stats, as well as Master Hexer for when he does place those decreased speeds. And we've got the pinpoint accuracy as well. Some accuracy increasing masteries, right? Increases accuracy by 4 for each enemy alive, up to 16 on the Swarm Smiter, right? And then Methodical is going to be super important because it's going to increase the damage of his A1. As far as a relic is concerned, I went with the Cat's Gaze. So actually, we could potentially throw in another gemstone just because we can, right? Plus 12 Cat's Gaze, giving him an extra 26% crit damage and 104 attack, where it ignores 10% of the target's defense when attacking enemies with higher max HP. This guy is a boss slayer, so everybody is going to have higher max HP. Then for the build, we have Pinpoint Speed Lethal. So Lethal is, of course, going to be giving him 10% crit rate and another 25% ignore defense. Speed, of course, is going to be giving us 12% speed, boosted by the Lore of Steel there. And then we've got 40 accuracy and 10% speed coming in from the Pinpoint. Again, that's going to be boosted by the Lore of Steel for a total of 240 speed, 5.7k attack, crit capped with 311% crit damage, and 263 accuracy. Bit low on the accuracy there, but it is worth it. We also have him 5-star Awakened with Nature's Wrath. Increases damage inflicted by this champion by 3% for every debuff they play successfully, up to 15%. Arguably, you could go with a Irethi Coronet instead of a Cat's Gaze on Thor, but we went with a Cat's Gaze on him here today. Now we have to do some damage testing. Bottom of Doom Tower. Let's go. Let's go, bottom of Doom Tower. Here we go. We've already got Thor in the team here. Now, it is to be noted that this is the best damage gear I have on my account. I run every single champion in Thor's gear when doing a damage test because I want to know exactly how good they are. All right, we're going to go ahead and use Thor's aura, so he's going to get a little bit of a bias here with the attack aura. Let's see. We've got, we're going to go on manual. We're going to go ahead and Mentor of Heroes. We go ahead and debuff the enemy wave. All right, let's stick it on 1 here and try the A3. A3 first. I see like 200k damage about 200k damage. Now, what's going to be super important? Actually, let's throw in a Kymar here. Let's throw in a Kymar. Oops, that was the wrong button. Okay, if we throw in a Kymar, what we can do is we can reset our buffs and everything, and we'll see how much the thunder counter increases the damage. Throw in Kymar there. There we go. Yeah, and we're just gonna use the same skill again. So okay, we buff up the A1. That's gonna be a problem because the Lydia is not faster than the Kymar. All right, we're gonna go AoE. Okay, we'll get something from it then. We're gonna go ahead and boost. Cool. We're going to get the reset there. So we've got that drop defense and the weaken. Here's the exact same skill again without increased attack, although it's not going to matter because he buffs with increased attack. Here we go with the thunder counters. Wipes the wave, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and test that A2. Test that A2 here. We go ahead and we buff. We're gonna A1 there. All right, we're gonna drop defense and weaken. Good. Testing the A2 here, we're going to start with the Skull Crusher. Should just wipe the wave. It does. Wow, 353 damage I think I saw from that. I think that's what we're going with. That is crazy damage, guys. All right, we're going to go ahead and while we're at it, let's test Thor's A1. So A1, again, we've got the thunder counters here. 55k off of a single hit. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. All right, we're going to go ahead and buff. Then we're going to reset everything. We drop defense and weaken. Good. All right, then Thor's A2 again. This time we're going with the thunder counters. Let's see. I think I saw one for over 400k there. Dude, massive damage. All right, that's Doom Tower. Let's go into Hydra. Now, one thing to keep in mind is Thor is going to be constantly ramping throughout the course of the Hydra fight, constantly detonating those stun counters. So we're not necessarily going to get an accurate idea of the total amount of damage he's going to do because he's ramped so much, and of course he's going to be ramping with Nature's Wrath as well. However, I want to do just some just raw numbers testing to see what exactly he will do for us. So let's throw in a bunch of turn meter fillers. One more adder, sure. Throw in a bunch of turn meter fillers with Thor just to see what exactly this guy is capable of. Let's go. All right, so we boost. We're going to boost again. Probably don't need this many turn meter fills. Boost. All right, we're going to go and drop defense and weaken. And then we see what we can do as far as the A2. So this is the A2, the one that's going to deal single target damage. We're going to start with the Head of Wrath here. Nice. We're looking at 300k like per hit there. All right, let's take out all our excess turn meter fillers. See what the A3 can do. I'll turn it to 1x speed this time. There we go. We boost and we drop defense. We weaken. All right, here's the 1x speed with the Hammer of Heaven. 190 or 159k. I think I saw. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. Let's go ahead and test the A1 as well. All right. We boost. We drop defense and weaken. Then we're going to go and A1. Here we go. Let's see. We've got 114k damage. That's really good. Really solid damage from the A1. Remember, all that is being tripled against decapitated heads, which is going to be massive. Now, it is worth noting, I do have some bonuses active for Hydra. We're looking at an extra 20 speed, an extra 30% crit damage, and an extra 20% ignore defense. So, of course, that all factors in. But, guys, Thor, top tier damage dealer. Just wanted to run some quick tests to see actually how good he was, guys. I've been Felris, sailing the seas of Raid Shadow Legends. I'll see you in another video.